hymn of blessing. The reeds by the lakeshore sing a forlorn tune. Reed, how's it going over there? Yes, no problem. Alright, that's the last tent we've got to put up. Wow, you two are a powerful pair. Right, you were taken off, weren't you? Aye, Chen and I are investigating these specters that were under Art's control. We've still got other assignments once everything's done here. This is the edge of County Trent. No barracks will come looking for trouble no more. If only we'd been better at maintaining order. Wouldn't have had all this commotion and unjust treatment. Huh? What are you on about? If it weren't for all of you, there's no chance we would have made it this far. If this were my own home, I'd be treating all of you to a nip of elderflower liquor tonight. I'd even be giving this stuff away. But most of the supplies we have on hand come from that Rhodes Island you're lot from. We write to Rhodes Island. Will you get the message? We'll be letting you know once we're settled somewhere. If you're ever back in the area, drop by and say hi. Maybe? Once Victoria's war comes to an end. Plus, there's someone Chen should be meeting. What about you, Reed? Where are you going next? I think I'll make sure everyone has settled down before I take care of my own business. Even though they are away from the... I feel like I have to learn how to say this word every time. Skathana fields. Their crimes in the hand of the lights out bell. The Terrans still live in muddied lands, trapped where they stand. I think I need to help them come up with ideas. I can speak both Terran and Victorian. If we enter the cities later on, we'll run into people of all kinds, and I can help negotiate. At least, I could do it more easily than others. Oh, right. When you went looking for the Rhodes Island safe house today, did you get followed by anyone? I don't think so. It's okay. Thank you for reminding me. If those soldiers are here for me, I won't be afraid. And also, thank you for your kindness. Say, will you sell me a tent when the time comes? Wrong voice, my bad. The factories in the cities make that canvas. They don't leak water even when they get rained on for half a month. Just perfect for me to retrofit my trolley with. She's a fair, kind-hearted one. And I'm sure you'll be fair when it comes to naming the price. I think you two'd have no trouble reaching a deal. I'm joking. Where would I find the money for something this nice? Would have thought, though. We were just trying to figure out how to survive a couple days ago. But now we get to sleep in these sturdy old factory-made tents. We can even light fires at night. Aye, they're a capable bunch. And they know Aripathy well. He's just whistling. Am I supposed to? Oh, miss that shroud the valley. Hide her figure weighing far. It's a beautiful song, that. Out of all the people who fancied me, you might be the only one who still remembers me. Don't be saying that now. I'm certain everyone remembers. This Euripides is not your fault. That lad, Selman's brother, he's gone. That whole Dublin squad we helped out, they might just be gone too. We did all that for nothing. At least, you're still alive. You went missing for so long, but you're still alive. I saw Reed handing you some medicine. Is neuropathy really curable then? No, they said there's no cure for it. But please, don't be blaming those Dublin soldiers. I hit them in the factory's lorries, and raw originum ore shards got in their wounds. This isn't their fault. I'm not blaming. I'm just feeling awful. The rest of you had face in Dublin, but I didn't have what it takes. Dublin's more impressive than any of us. They've got weapons too. But we all saw what happened to that squad in the end. Dublin treats us well and lets our Terran voices be heard. But after that, it beats me. All I remember is the blood I saw in the lorries that day. Even now, Selman still wants to find Dublin to fight the Victorians. And I can't pull her out of it. She and Reed were chatting for so long that day. Say, did Reed not talk even a little sense into her? I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it's bad that someone wants to do this. A Colleen like her's got much to accomplish for the Terrans. Do you remember? Not long after I got infected myself, the entire infected district was chased out of town. It was the stronger of us after that took everything they could lay their hands on from the rest of us exiles. Left behind only frail pensioners and children, and the ones like me ailing badly from the sickness. You should have told us sooner, rather than keeping it all to yourself. At the very least, it would have spared you some pain. To tell the truth, I can hardly remember any of it. I can't remember why no one fought back. Why no one tried to protect one another. I always used to think that was just how life was. Doesn't matter what's in your hands when you're starving. Just close your eyes and tuck in. Lisa died at the bottom of the mine. So did Clodagh. Has your family ever complained about working in the mines? I couldn't really say, really. Maybe it's how hard it is to blame someone for it. But at the very least, I did feel right terrible when my sisters died. I wanted to find someone to talk to about it. But it was dark and suffocating at the bottom of those mines. And no one had time to listen. I got out to peddle my wares around. And it turns out everyone had their own troubles already. No one had an ear to lend to me. But hey, not too late to talk now. Right you are. It's not too late now. The wood we've gathered should be enough to last us through the night. Let's go then. Won't be so easy for you to tow it away once the sun comes down. Hey, the pot's bubbling. Can I have a bite now? Settle down there, you conhead. Did you not ever cook supper back home? Wait inside the tent. Once the meat's done, give me a hand bringing it over. She seems to be in a better mood. Yes, but I'm sure she's still grieving. It's a good thing you killed her heart for Dublin, at the very least. You knew? And I imagine with you here, they won't stray onto the wrong path. Though it'll be hard for you to keep walking with them, Draco. I'm not wrong when it comes to these things. Don't be daft, Fergal. You played King Gale's warrior in the last year's play. 3 times you fell with mortal wounds. 3 times you had to climb her back up. Your arms and legs were all bruised by the end. Then I'll make him invincible this year. Every year King Gale loses in battle. Gastrell dies at the bottom of the castle. Other than the costumes, we never try anything new. Hey, Selman, come here. Have a seat. I've been thinking you could take on the role of King Gale's left-hand man, the general, this year. Yeah, you're a bit young. But there's not one of us with more fire in their belly than you. What? You're only saying that because you saw the pot she's bringing over. Look, she doesn't want to. No. What are you talking about? I don't know who that is. Eh? Don't they put those plays on every summer by years? We're trying to sort out who's playing which role. Is that where someone calls herself the goddess of the river and splashes the audience at the end? That whole thing? I've seen it. But I'm not really interested. Not unless I'm playing her. That's her mourning the dead soldiers. Her lines are harder to remember than any other role. Oh. We might not finish building the theater before the end of summer, though. You could have till next year to prepare. Right. Who knows? Looks like you still want to go after Dublin. Of course. You think I'm just going to give up like the rest of you? I made my decision after talking to Reed that day. I still believe it. Dublin's dream can be realized. And someone has to realize it. What is it you want to find out from me? I have nothing to ask. I've seen what you've done for myself. I trust the judgment I make seeing what I do. And I trust Rhodes Island's judgment. But right now, in the eyes of most Victorians, there is only one Draco still alive. Dublin's Red Dragon. The descendant of the Terran King. More than enough to fill the dukes with their sinister ambitions, and the nobles with anxiety. It must be difficult for you. Does she know my identity, then? Bagpipe? She's actually very smart and attentive, but there's a great deal she doesn't like to think negatively about, especially not friends she approves of. If we continue our journey together, that's something that both you and her will have to face eventually. Are you advising me to leave as soon as I can? What's done can't be undone. You can't run from the responsibilities you have to bear. But I think that, to some people, whether you are a Draco or not, doesn't actually matter so much. By tender stream that brushes on, and through the upland grass, we make a toast to those of us not here to raise their glass. Someone's singing. It's probably Fergal. Is this Terran? Yes. It sounds like it's about wine in the uplands in the summer. I've never heard it before, but it's beautiful. Bid flap your wings to wake by light. We foul upon the bays. Bear off the news we gather round, along and with the waves. They're all so happy. I can tell. But all they have are their tents and their fire. Then I'm sure they'll be even happier when they have their houses and farmland. Let's head inside. Chen Chen, you're finally back. Here, look at this. Mr. Oldron can whistle with a blade of grass. Whistle sharply. My pitch can be pretty off. My dad was really good at it, though. I picked it up a bit here and there from him. Oh, you don't mind if I sing along a little, do you? Go ahead. It's our drinking song. Only thing I take offense to is an empty bottle. What's the lyrics then? Is it okay if I sing in Victorian? Let me fetch someone else. You just listen to them. Fionn, you're up. Ever does this land well with tears, yet we drink only by bygone dews and flames. By winding lane that blooms with rose and bellflower on the loam. You're out of tune, that's terrible. Shut up, not like you're any better. Ugh, I'm begging you. Enough of that noise. You've got some bloody novel way of arguing. Oi, no throwing stones either. What if we actually got hit there? Wow, that bread smells good. You can have half. Oh, ta. Here, Chen Chen, you have a bite. Come on, just one. Lush, isn't it? I wonder what herbs they're using. Can't tell. Eh? You spent ages back in Yan. What? Did your taste buds get more fussy? Or just duller a bit? What do you think? We Lungmanites brew our tea in the summer with 24 kinds of medicinal herbs. Really? Oh. You're pulling my leg again, aren't you? I'm not. Are you enjoying yourself, Reed? This is how their lives could have been all along. A bit better than this too, of course. You gave them their lives back. Reed, you know Terran. No excuses from you. Sing! Sing! Fare on and long, you traveler. But to where do you now roam? The transport will leave clear tracks in the mud. Should we take a detour? No need. We'll head straight to our destination. Good stuff. And you, Moran? Miss Moran, what are you doing sitting so far off? Reed's told you a million times it's okay. She's right. Come on, wandering bard of the Glen of Kamai. Sing. Oh, mist that shroud the valley, hide her figure weighing far. Oh gosh, I think I heard this beautiful singing years ago. I'm sure you have. Right you are. I remember taking my sister around. She wasn't so sick that she couldn't walk yet. We were stood on the stone bridge, listening for a good while. There must be more bridges like that, right? With just how far the Kamai flows. Bid breezes past the rugged line. Bring the civilians under control first, but don't let any of them get hurt. Our target possesses excellent military accomplishments. Avoid direct confrontation to all possible extents. Damn, they really chased him this far? Pick me a flower for her. Summon. Look, how's this for defensive posture? Learned it from you. So? You'll just be chasing Falbies from now on. What'd you learn that for? The summer dries our laughs. Do not talk to any of them. Not even a single word. Leave the rest to me. Bare bottles chill the bones was hurt. Don't forget, we need to be out of here before daybreak. I'm more surprised they didn't just burn the tents down, because I feel like I feel like that's something they would have done. We make a toast to those of us not here to raise their glass. Crossbows at the ready. Prepare smoke grenades. The tears we cup to drink are all the same in one, my lass. I'm hopping out for some fresh air. Oh, he's gonna get shot. Missed at this hour? You... What? When did you... Good evening, sir. Well, that's awkward. Yeah, real glad they didn't burn them down. Because, strategically, probably the better move. I am not a good person. No. Run. They're over here, too. Bloody hell, they've got this whole open part surrounded, don't they? Freeze. Okay, I will. Get too close with your saber there. You won't slip or anything, right? Reed, help us. What do we do? Against this many, it'll be hard to force our way out. Huh? Did he just break my cudgel in half? They're acting very confident. They don't want to seize us violently. They just want to quell the resistance we put up. Ugh, not half bad, this lot. I don't get it. How'd they follow us out? Follow us out to here? Where'd they come from? Wait, that one. I've seen him before. A couple days ago, when we ran into the Spectre Force. Which means you lot aren't County Trent. These refugees are outside of your jurisdiction. You've got no authority to arrest them. We'll have to take off our gloves here. If you're not going to follow the rules. The rules. It goes for you too. I see your pile driver spear missing its shells. You shouldn't be in a mile of the battlefield, soldier. It's not like this was meant to be a battlefield, was it? They're not even put... they've not even put the campfire out. Watch out. A black dagger slides forward without a sound. Its tip reflects not even the slightest bit of light, instead drawing a path of smoke. The dagger points intimidatingly at Bagpipe's throat. Though its bearer gives it no glance, his eyes have been focused squarely on Reed. Reed can tell clearly, from his sharp glare, that he and the army are out for her here. Isn't your pike meant to be burning with flames? I suggest you drop the futile resistance. Make the smart choice. Lay your weapons down and hear me out. I have nothing against the Terrans, let alone any plans to retaliate against civilians. And as for steering the masses clear of ruin, you and I should be united on that front. Here's the official paperwork. What? A city council right of investigation? The former Victorian soldier sets her weapon down. Per the council of the county of Trent's decision, I am here to investigate an overlooked, puzzling aspect of arson cases. I have no other choice, correct? What are you doing? Quiet down. This is terrible. Always thought I should at least get my will in order, you know? Before I finally meet my maker. If you ask me, you should have written it up a long time ago. I did it right after we made it first made it out. But I tore it up. I've been so happy these past few days. Really regret that now. Now shut up, Fionn. We're not done for yet. They've got us all tied up and gagged, and everything we had to fight was got taken away. What else are we gonna do other than wait to die? Interrogation. Terrifying word. How many Terrans do we know who made it alive out of an interrogation? And who knows what they're prying out of a woman as kind as Reed? We all know each other. Like family we are. But we don't know Reed from a bar of soap. Don't know where she came from. Don't know what she was doing before. What? Is she an enemy to you now? No. That's not what I meant. I just... Selman, you can't just make someone not be afraid to die. We can still see the fire from here. How long's it been since we had the light of fire on a cold, dark night? Really thought I managed to escape. I did. Even came about borrowing some stuff to rustle up some money. Didn't I say I'd make you smoke foul to sell? Enough. We need to think of something. Figure this situation out. What? Figure this out? What good is it gonna do us? I'm fed up of this, that's all. I hate listening to how much you just sigh. Squatting about in the Terran quarter. Passing by village threshing floors. It's just sighs everywhere. I'm sick of it. Enough. Save it. Don't ask me how. You've always managed to find a way out. I'll draw the attention of those guards. Whatever you're going to do, figure it out yourself. You can ease yourself a little, Reed. We're just having an ordinary chat. We have a warm fire. We can hear the fowls chirp in the night. Surely you'd agree. This is a much more comfortable environment for conversation than a full-fledged interrogation room would be. No comment? That's your choice. I won't give you trouble for it. Perhaps the nearby barracks' disrespect has given you cause for alarm. Allow me to apologize in your stead. Are you here to investigate Dublin? None of the people here have anything to do with them. You needn't explain, as you'd expect. I already have a good grasp of the situation. A singular attack has indeed spurred a minor region's barracks to take undue action against approximately a dozen Terrans, going as far as to accuse them of being part of Dublin Dublin insurrectionist forces. But in the company of all-outs contained in this very, very heavy dossier, their mistakes aren't worthy of mention. Of course, your situation is a little different compared to anyone else's. But I believe I can do something to help you break free from these troubles. After all, no stretch of your escape can have been easy. If it wasn't for such harsh decrees, they would never have needed to run. No, please, this is a chat between the two of us. And I'm hoping you'll tell me about yourself. About the escape you began long prior to this one. I don't understand what you're talking about. I'm asking you about your past identity. There are no records of any kind on you. No medical records, no nomadic city immigration records, no tax records. Nothing. We Terrans are driven out wherever we go. It's not strange that you don't see me in Victoria's records. Then what about the unrest in County Hillocks last autumn? Were you there? And what about the County Peninsula attack last May? I'm asking you, and you alone. Madam, if one does not tell anyone their birth name, where they are from, or who they are, wouldn't you say they're just like a shadow? Oh, he is aware. Chen Chen, I reckon you already figured out who these men are. Yeah, the ones that just fought us are no normal soldiers. Interrogating on the spot is very unique for procedure too. Plus, their leader knows quite a bit. That's why he's so courteous towards us. And me in particular. Right? I was just thinking, they're letting us stand here and wait. Only keeping a couple men on watch. But the Terrans all have their hands bound. It's not fair. Still, how do you figure out who you are? I didn't expect the intelligence service to work this case. The intelligence service? How would they be looking for Reed? Her background must be an unusual one. And that's why she insisted on acting alone. She didn't want to drag anyone into the mess. I've got a bad feeling about this. Are they actually going to talk, you know, to a Terran? They won't rough her up or threaten her into saying something against her will, right? Keep your voice down. I remember what you wrote in your report on County Hillock. Right? He's got his writ from the city council. He says he'll keep the peace. He has nothing against Terrans, but... No, I should trust more. He's still an arm of city council. He's not here to mess things up. Most people can't withstand the pressure of interrogations, though. Do you remember how we did things? Back in school when we were partnered up? Oh, your hand signal. I do. I remember. That's the one we communicated with. The time we snatched those hazardous original products. Good thing you remember. It doesn't matter what Reed's background is. If she ends up as someone's pawn, that's going to send ripples through the status quo. Yeah, and it'll be a nightmare on her as well. She always seemed like she's been trying to shake herself of something. He loud and clear, Chen Chen. We'll bring her back to Rhodes Island. Dearie me, what pristinely clear tracks. It seems your opponent is extending an invitation again. Oh, please, less ridicule. And unfortunately, I'm afraid invitation is an overstatement this time. He doesn't even so care about what dance his guest intends on. We're making our positions plenty clear just by showing our faces. Dublin will rescue poor Loshini, expose her identity, and in the end, testify as to where I really stand. And he knows. I have to wait in. So the other Draco of Terra doesn't land in his Duke's hands and lessen the leader's influence as a Draco herself. No matter, I shall wipe his ambitions clear. The foul beasts have stopped calling. Do you understand what that means? Shakes head. That's fine. Why don't we start with accounts of your recent incidents? You haven't caused serious injury to anyone. Even the arson at the barracks resulted in no deaths nor casualties. It was only some supplies lost to fire. Most Terrans are driven by their hatred of Victorians to commit graver crimes. Your methods, in contrast, have been very mild. Some witnesses even attest to how you tried to fend off the Dublin soldiers. Do you admit to all this? I can only admit, I by no means wish to harm others. Good, I can believe that. You have a fair conscience on you. Now, if we can turn our attention to the quite and foul beast. It seems your Dublin friends are here to save you. No. No. I can't go back. Go back? Oh. You mean back to your life as a shadow? Back to the kind of life surrounded by smoldering corpses, where the ashes of the dead coat the city streets? To someone blessed with a conscience, it must be a very painful life. But it so happens you have a chance right now. You can make your own decision. Accept our protection. Your past crimes will be looked into no further. I will never. She must run. Run from the watchful eyes of all. But how far must she go before she's finally run away? Now! I thought they were using hand signals. You can't just scream now. Sorry. But you'll want to try on my fork cracker for size again. Brandishing her power driver spear, Bagpipes gazes away from the tent. Behind her stands Chen. And Chen's eyes, however, widen for an instant. With not a sound, the tent over the interrogation turns to ashes. A beam of flames bolts through the dark night, to then immediately vanish without a trace. Oh. What the heck?